Speaking of coupes, here is a BMW manufactured in Germany, which has
South
nothing
Carolina,
to
thank
do. You think the 4 Series they build in South Carolina?
I actually have no clue what's our.
Has nothing to do with our news story, but our news story is about the president. The president, we have a new president here in the United States of America. Yep. Same as a previous president. You brought him back. It's like when you get divorced and you remarry the person again. Larry King did that, I think. All right, so Filippo,
believable.
Filippo,
I don't know if that's true or not, but I do believe that.
Tell us about the president.
Yeah. So President Trump was inaugurated on Monday, the 20th. Still some confusion about whether he is the 45th or 47th president.
I don't understand that myself. He keeps saying he's 47th, but isn't he the 45th again?
Didn't this happen
45B?
Didn't this happen with Cleveland?
There was another president for
so
whom
the precedent has already been set for the president.
So what was he? What was he?
Yeah, what was he, Kenan?
I don't remember.
I don't know. It's tough to figure out because Obama was there for 2 terms and he was just one president.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's only the second time that.
You get my point, though. So Obama was only 1 president, but Trump is 2 presidents? I don't get that.
And then the Bushes were 2 separate. One of
They
them twice.
were different people.
Those are separate people.
It's like the Q5 and the Q7. They're different. George W. is the Q5 in this analogy.
Oh.
Okay. Please take this back on track.
Make that work. All right. He signed a bunch of executive orders on his first day in office. One of the things that we expected him to sign an executive order around that he hasn't yet is around tariffs. But on his first day, he did say that he was planning on doing pretty substantial tariffs on a bunch of countries, including Canada and Mexico. The reason it becomes interesting for us is there's a lot of vehicles manufactured in Canada and Mexico. Historically, that there have been great trade relations. There's a North Atlantic free trade agreement.
Well, there's a new...
Maybe.
It's been
Whatever it's called
supplanted
now.
by something that's
But
basically the same
equivalent.
now.
And the result is that a lot of manufacturers have started building cars for the U.S. market in Canada and in Mexico. In Mexico for lower building costs. In Canada...
Because they can.
For some reason.
Well, there's a lot of union requirements about Canada.
Yeah. So this could be very interesting. If there are 25% tariffs on those countries, and they are broadly applied, which seems unlikely, but let's say that they are broadly applied, that impacts vehicles including the Dodge Charger, the Silverado and Sierra.
God, can you imagine if Charger then gets hit with it? After all the crap they've already gone through, if then it gets hit with a
tough stuff gets
the Silverado and GMC Sierra.
Those are built in Canada?
Those are built in Canada. The Civic, built in Canada. The CRV, built in Canada and Indiana. The RAV4, built in Canada.
I'm going to make you a little theory here. If Trump had wanted to tariff those countries, he would have executive ordered it yesterday. And I have a suspicion that he could maybe still if they don't do certain things, but I have a suspicion that there would just be such huge blowback. Do you know how much stuff is made in Mexico and Canada?
Right.
I can't pay more for my Dodge Chargers.
What about for your
God.
Chevy Equinox and Equinox EV, both of which are built in Mexico?
The problem with the Equinox EV is it's already 25% too expensive. So if you put a 25% tariff on it, it would be 50% too expensive.
I have really bad news. The QX55,
the
Infinity QX55.
Where was that built?
Built in Mexico.
Really?
Yep. Aguascalientes.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this. Kenan and I buy cars.
Tacoma, Mexico.
That's true. Kenan and I buy cars
Think I'm just
that
joking?
are from the country and built in the country.
Oh,
okay? My
same.
Ford GT.
That's true,
My
actually.
Ford GT. Ford is American, built in America.
GTI, built in Germany.
We'll cover the GTI momentarily. My Toyota Sequoia from Toyota, which in my opinion is kind of become an American automaker, and it's built in Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Except, of course, for the many Toyota vehicles like the RAV4.
Yeah,
are
but
built in
I'm saying
Canada.
the ones we
Right.
buy are assigned
Can I give you
correctly
a
to
fun
their
fact?
country.
Where do you think the U.S. sold BMW 3 Series and 2 Series models are built?
Mexico.
Yep.
Is that true?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. 3MW.
The M2. The M2 is the only M BMW not to have an M VIN because it's built in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
I don't believe it has an
Wow.
M VIN. Yeah.
This is it.
Fascinating.
Anyway,
so if
I
there
got
are
a lot of
tariffs-
tariffs. A lot more.
He's
coming.
going to tariff the M2 just because of the big bump.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
My guess is that they will not be applied, as you're hinting at, probably unlikely to actually happen. Also, if they do happen, I would not be shocked if they're limited in scope and don't apply to every vehicle.
It's like a strike.
But the fact that you don't know is a little concerning, I bet, for the manufacturers. They're worried.
It's like a strike. If you do it temporarily to try to drive a behavior. I don't think he's going to just like sign a 25% tariff and then suddenly the Tacoma's unaffordable.
Well, for a month, your Tacoma will go from being unaffordable and ungettable to extra
Where
unaffordable.
was the
and gettable.
4Runner built? I just drove a 4Runner the other day, and you know what? I'm under embargo, but Looked
Nice.
good.
The Forerunner is built in Japan at the moment.
Looked good.
Anyway, okay, so that's the Trump situation. Yes, I want to be clear that there are potential impacts. We don't get political here, except for the 45-47 thing. Is that political? I don't know. What do the
think so.
Republicans say? What do the Democrats say?
I don't know.
If only there
What
was
does
a
Mitch
device that
McConnell
Felipe could-
say? I need to know.
He goes, rah, 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 rah.
Wow.
That's true, though.
That's what Mitch
exactly
McConnell
what he looks
sounds
like.
like.
That was questionable.
All right. So anyway, it is a potential interesting thing, and we will keep our eyes peeled.